Now, relative to the animals of your planet, let's pretend that in your very strong belief and your desire for well-being for animals, that you become very influential and you get on lots of platforms and you give lots of speeches from your very heartfelt conviction, and you somehow convince the world to build a wall in different subject. You somehow convince the world to stop eating meat, and so everyone is now complying. Nobody's eating any meat. But you're not ever going to get the lion to agree. He's going to eat the first thing that runs past him. The big one is always going to eat the little one, because that's the way it intended coming in. Not one of those beasts coming in said, I hope I can find some humans to shield me from animals or humans eating me. In fact, the majority of them that you are worried about today would not even have life in their magnificent bodies if it were not for that process that is underway. So the thing that is upsetting to you is that you are superimposing your intentions for yourself over the intentions for someone else who has different intentions, you see. It is our promise to you that all of you come forth knowing what the real deal is, including every animal that comes forth into a physical body. And no one comes under duress. No one's being forced to come. They come for the joy of life. They come for the joy of experience of life. They come for the co-creative dance and the co-creative game. And they come and they come and they come and they come. You must be assuming that the death experience is something that ends at all, when it isn't. It's again and again and again and again and again. And so for you to use anything that's happening to anybody else as your excuse to pinch yourself off from your source energy, which is the only way that you could ever get the insight to understand it, is doing yourself a disservice, you see. We know that you're talking about more than just the death experience, that you don't want bad experiences for anyone. It never feels good to watch anyone uncomfortable for any reason. But we want you to understand that there is so much well-being. We want you to trust not just in the well-being of yourself. If you are to survive in a joyful way in this leading-edge time-space reality, you have to believe in the well-being for all. You have to accept that well-being is being offered to all, and for lots of different reasons, lots of different segments are not allowing the well-being to flow into their experience.
Would that mean that people are different levels of allowing their well-being?
No, it does not mean that. But we understand how humans would come to that consensus, because instead of tapping into the energy of source and understanding the joy in all experiences, there is a human comparison. Well, I wouldn't want to live like that. Humans are really good at, after the fact, explaining why things are the way they were. I must have been really bad in a past life for this to have happened to me. And we say it's not about that at all. It is about and only about your connection right here and now with the source within you. And the same is true for the animals. Do you think that any of the animals enjoy the chase? Do you think only the chaser is enjoying the chase? Do you think that the one being chased is not enjoying the chase? It's all about survival. It's all about wanting the continuation of the experience. But there's not the negative emotion in the animal that you are superimposing from your human point of view. There just isn't.
And for me to project my desires on others.
You said, I don't want others to hate me. But you also said, and I don't want to hate them. I don't want to feel bad that they are eating meat. And then you said, and I don't want to feel bad that they are eating meat and that I don't want them to eat meat. And I don't want to feel bad that they feel bad that, in other words, it just goes on and on and on. At some point, you just have to come to the place where you have to hook up with your inner being. Do you really think that you would come forth into this time-space reality without a clear understanding of the advantage that you all offer to one another? It's a harmonious dance. But humans have not yet come to really experience the harmonious dance that you are all capable of and that you all came wanting to experience, Because instead of spending your time hooking up to source energy so that you can see from broader view and understand those even who are wanting or doing things different than you would want them to, instead you're coming from a place of vulnerability, and you're turning that vulnerability to things that you don't like, and then as humanity you're squabbling over the disgusting things that you have created from your mood of vulnerability. Are you following us? Having this discussion from a place of vulnerability is far different than having this discussion from a place of alignment with source energy. Do you really believe that that which you want to call God, or that which is good, you wanted to talk about good and evil, do you think that that source of goodness would really send you all into this infernal squabbling discomfort of the bigger one eating the little one, if there were not enormous desire and joy in the process of the co-creation? None of you came as victims, not one of you. Plant, animal, or human, not one of you came as a pre-assigned victim. Oh yeah, you get to be the eater this time. You were especially good last time. So you'll be the eater and you'll be the eaten. And you will not like being the eaten. You will not like it, but you were very bad before. So now you are the eaten. Nothing like that going on.
So is this dance then going to be very continuous and not?
Continuous in the sense of eternal?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because everyone, those who ate and those who were eaten, all reemerge in the non-physical and are joyful in the motion forward. It will always be so.
And does Abraham think that everything that is, the way it is perfect?
In this sense, yes, because it is the platform by which brilliant consciousness like you come to even better conclusions of how it could be. And when you come to a better conclusion and you launch that into your vortex, and your source energy and all that is source joins in that thought, then it becomes an idea that can be lived later. But you see, all of that has already happened. You've already lived enough for the joyous life that you all want to live to be there. But you've got to find a way as an individual or as a mass consciousness to get into the receptive mode so that you can realize what you've been asking for. It's like you're all praying the prayers for the better life, and there they are in the vortex, all revealed and ready to be experienced. But instead of being in the vibration of receiving what you're asking for, you're in the horror and trauma of all of the drama of why you asked to begin with. You got to get out of step one. You got to get out of step one. You've got to get yourself into the receiving mode, into the receptive mode, into the allowing the goodness that you've discovered from life to be experienced by you, to be witnessed by those who surround you. Yeah.